Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery. Smiling because my cat is scratching at the soju screen I've got on my door. I want to play with this 16 by 20 inch canvas that I have previously covered with a layer of Artist Loft white paint. I've got some, I'm a Colourarte affiliate, and I've got something called Art Fluid Acrylic Extender, and I'm wondering if it will make a resist. And I really don't care how this starts or what I find out along the way. I'm going to add a few drops of that to my canvas because I can. Hopefully I shook it up enough. And then I'm going to add some colors, starting with Pink Diamond. I think I'm just going to use my spatula to move paint around. I think I'm going to add something else to the Pink Diamond. In this case it's going to be Orange Crush. And some shiny taffeta. Whoop. Well, that wasn't, I didn't realize I put any water in there. We're going to try and mop that up a little bit. But I don't think it's going to make much difference. I'd like to know what the art fluid's doing and not what the fluid that came out of my shiny taffeta. I haven't been being able to paint for a few days, so that's why that happened. So, as nice as that color is, I think I'm going to add a little bit of sour lemon. See how I feel about that. And a little saffron. Prizm Pores. I'll list the colors underneath the video. Now, along with that Pink Diamond, I've got some Purley pigments mixed up. Dancing Fuchsia. And are you open? I can't tell. Doesn't seem to be opening very easily. I'll just take the top right off if I can. And then I'm pretty sure I'll find a cloth there. So I don't think the colors are going to be that different. The Dancing Fuchsia is very similar to the Pink Diamond. It's got a little more purple in it. Come on, drip off. Thank you. I hate to put that top back on there. Now, what am I thinking? Pink Carnation, which I'm going to remember to shake, just in case I ever added any water. And I'm going to just... no paint chips allowed. I'm just going to traverse the art fluid and utilize my paint. Although I want some purple, and I've got some. I'm going to put it right across, right behind. That's African Violet. The art fluid. I was thinking before I started I might want some red, and I'm still not over the Pink Carnation. I really love this, but I think I might join it with a little bit of Poinsettia, but I hope I don't need to shake. I'll probably use some more. I've also got a mixed up color. So it's creating a mottled effect, which is okay with me. Because we'll be moving on to doing whatever comes naturally at some point in time. Let's use a little bit of Frostbite. Some of this was a Purely Pigments purple. I'm not sure what I used to make it. Should have written the recipe down. And this could wind up just being a background. It's just my way of figuring out how things work. I want blue, and I think in this case it's going to be Midnight Shadow. And some Cerulean blue. What have I got? I've got something new here. Macaw blue. Let's try some of that instead of the Cerulean. Nah, I still want the Cerulean Blue, which is right next to the blue Velvet, which I absolutely adore. Whoop. Yeah, we've got more of the same problem again. This time. No, don't drop it on the floor. Well, Cerulean Blue is pretty strong, so I think I'm just gonna take my chances. I think I'm going to go back to using that poinsettia again. And I don't expect this to come to anything, but you never know. Until I play with it for a while, I'm not going to have much of a clue what the value of the art fluid is in this particular meaning. I know that there's others, and you can go to the Colourarte website and get more and better information than I've got about this, because I'm just learning. I'm being called to Fandango, which is another color that sometimes leaks on me. Come on, top off. Give it a little bit of a shake. I wasn't actually expecting to work today. I'm trying to get ready for the Art in the Park 2024 in Brooksville, Florida. I think it's the 37th annual from the Hernando County Arts Council. I'm really liking how that Cerulean Blue looks, and I didn't finish moving it around, so I think I'm going to shake it again. Yeah, that was a good idea. I'm going to use it with some of that green Fandango. And I talked about Blue Velvet, but I didn't use it yet, and I think I want to. But I might not be able to very quickly because it seems to have sealed itself up, which is not unusual if you know me. I have the tiniest amount of breathing room, but not enough to get any paint out of the tip. So give me a moment, and I will stuff my very sharp tweezers into the tip and pull out a big clot of paint like that by twisting them. And then just rub the excess off my tweezers so that I'm not coated in paint. I am thinking I'm going to try some more of the Dancing Fuchsia. I kind of want to use my Jasmine, which I haven't yet. That's the Dancing Fuchsia. What colors do I have on my spatula that I need to get off? I'll just wipe those off. I'm trying to enjoy the striations, the accidental marks, as opposed to the dribbles, which I wasn't exactly expecting. But that's okay, because right now everything is part of this experiment. Including potentially adding some white. I thought about some chain. I'm still liking what I've got. Definitely want to clean off my spatula. I never just throw white on, and I really kind of want to do it because I don't, and now's the time. So maybe instead of white, Chantilly lace. Give it a good dollop and see if I can lay my hands on either the Rhapsody Rose or the Cupid's Crush. And Cupid's Crush is right here, but I like the Rhapsody Rose, and I'm pretty sure I have it without reading it. Yes. Give that a bit of a shake. I'm planning on putting my excess somewhere else. It's either not open enough or kind of plugged. Either way, I need to put my spatula down, and I hope I don't pick up any dry paint. Squeeze, you. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use some of Miami Magenta as well. She said hopefully. Wipe off my spatula. Got something in the painting. It looks like I could scrape through this pretty easily. But that's almost always the case anyway when you have a painted background. I want some more green. It's the sea swallowing a rainbow. Instead of sweeping that down, I think I'm going to sweep it back. And I don't really want to get rid of every last bit of the white, but I do want some more dark purple, and in order to get it dark enough, I think it's going to have to be deep amethyst. Another one that's kind of plugged up. Let's see if I can free that tip up really quickly. Sometimes it works. And that was one of those times. Kind of makes me want more drama, which in this case, what I'm talking about is the Midnight Shadow. Every time I do a new technique, I always think, how could I use that in a landscape? And then I never do it. And someday you should expect that to happen. You know what I can do, which is pretty cool? Because there's paint on the canvas, I can just make a mark right through everything. And use that residual. I can do that with all kinds of tools too. And I've always kind of wanted to just give myself permission to do, I want to call it lewd things. They're not really lewd. Good, I'm glad I'm catching this before it gets any drier. This reminds me of a series of waves I did recently. It just has no spirals in it. But it still reminds me of the water moving. That's just the very tip of the spatula. I want to use every bit of paint that's on that right now. I hope I can get some more Dancing Fuchsia out because I like how it looks down here. This is kind of fun. It looks like I have picked a faulty canvas. It has a bent edge, a missing edge. That's kind of too bad. I wish I'd have noticed that before. Well, I've got some yuck. And in this case, I can make that yuck go away. And because there's no rules today, as long as I can get some gold out. This is golden maple. And I don't even necessarily have to do anything to that. I don't have to swipe it with the spatula or anything. And I thought about this earlier, and I really just wanted to do a painting with colors straight out of the squeeze bottles. And so this is sort of like that. You just stop squeezing when you want to trail off the end. That was Frostbite. And I haven't actually done this before like this. I don't believe. I want some more purple. In this case, I'm just going to put it right on the top edge of my spatula. Because that's where I want it. I wasn't expecting that orange, but I welcome it. The cool thing about scraping the paint up is that you have residuals. I'm kind of loving this. We'll call it art therapy. I knew I had some good color in there. I kind of took it for granted, but and all this is possible because I've already because the canvas was pre-painted. Hopefully I don't go too far. I don't know. I never know if it's the first stage of something or the second stage until the next day, absolutely, when it's dry. I've got 2 minutes to tell you if I want to tell you something, but I'm not sure I need to. I'm thinking I want to wipe off my spatula and maybe use a few more light colors, like the shiny taffeta in there. Like I said, I don't really want to get rid of all the white. And I don't want to make anything too uniform. A little more pink carnation, I think, right here. Actually, right there. And right there. That second, yeah, I knew that drip was coming. The second one is probably going to be a smear. I never did use the white I was threatening. And I'm thinking a little Miami magenta wouldn't be a bad idea up here. It's a really thin line. That's not what I had in mind, but that's okay, because maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I've got a little bit of shiny taffeta, and I'm not sure where I want it, but I do see there's a cat hair or something, so I'm going to use my tweezers that are on my Amazon link. By the way, look for the 20% off Colourarte coupon code. It's very close to the 10. You're going to be gone. Alright, I'll be back in a second to tell you what I need to tell you. Playing with the art fluid was fun, and I've got some neat textures. If you're still here, I'll start over in a second. See you. Alright, I wasn't done speaking to you about what's going on, so I want to say there are 33 playlists with 100 videos on them each. Oh, please don't tell me that's sealed up. I got it. That's the African violet again. Come on out. Come out, come out, come out. Well, it's a very thin stream, but it still works for what I have in mind. So every time I put one of these little hash marks in of dibs and dabs, it reminds me of water catching sunlight, and that's why I don't mind them. I'm not sure I can use the edge of my spatula, but the only way for me to find out is to try. I'll probably wind up blacking the edges of this. So I need to ask you guys, can you give me a thumbs up? I would really appreciate that. I'm going back to the Midnight Shadow. Yeah, I like that. So far I'm not hating on anything. I love this color combination here is my favorite so far. But you probably knew that if you watch me any amount of time. Which reminds me, I post at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time most days. There, if I like messy marks, I certainly got one that time. Not 100% on that. Has to be one like that, doesn't there? That works. So I'm beginning to get a little bit of glop. So that usually tells me it's time to chill a little bit. And some of that glop is right on my spatula, so I'm going to need to get rid of that. Take a quick look. What did I forget to tell you? Everything, my link tree is in the description underneath the video, and you will find Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook. My Facebook is Priscilla Batzell-artist because I lost, like, I don't know, 10 plus years worth of contacts when I got hacked. I like this a lot, but I really love this dancing fuchsia, and I'm hoping it'll come out. I'm not sure why it won't. But I might want to take a second. There, I got something. That's probably exactly what was keeping it from coming out. I could also take, oh, I'm curious now. I could also take my strands and run, if I have strong enough squeeze ability, it's better if I don't overthink it. Once I start to overthink it, the chances of overworking it are pretty good. And rainbow colors aside, it's very pretty. So what am I going to do now? I've got used Q-tips and fresh Q-tips, and I'm thinking a Q-tip is the perfect tool to draw with. And why not try it? I'm basically more dragging than drawing, but if I have residual, I'll use it. I want one more line of green, I think. Come on out. And the reason I started that line where I started it was so that I could taper it out, and I hope I still can. It's not my intention to have a big fat top on that. But it is what it is. I'm just going to work with what we've got. Am I happy, or do I want cerulean blue too? You know what the answer is. I'm sure you do. I've got the cerulean blue down here. There, I have to stop myself now. I can tell that I'm going to a place I'm not sure I'm happy with. Which may be easily solved with the smear of a spatula. Or could it be a bad effect too, but I was definitely hoping it wasn't going to be that way. I like to scrape off my spatula on the edge of the canvas so that if I have any edge showing, that I can camouflage it a little bit. Alright, I've said I was going to stop a bunch of times, and I think I need to. If I throw my spatula in the bucket, that'll help. Alright, so I'm going to grab my phone. I'm going to taper that one little blob off that's pink carnation. I feel like adding the interference gold that I've got sitting right next to me, but I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I know my finger will lift paint up, so I just had to do it to find out if I like the effect. And what to do with the residual. Before I get too crazy, I'm going to stop myself again. Alright, that was fun. Thank you for joining me. That reminds me of something I did like 25 years ago. Let me give you as much of a sparkle as I can, which might not be easy because it's a very dark, dank day in Florida here. That's riotous rainbows for sure. And there's a couple places that I think I probably shouldn't touch, but I will. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard if you're obsessive compulsive to leave this stuff alone that that looks rough. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you come again. I posted 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow, that was bad. Questions are welcome and encouraged. My community board will show you tomorrow's video the night before. You can go find my community board by going to my channel. My Linktree has all my links on it. My email address is easpb, and the word gallery spelled out, @gmail.com. Please watch the video as far through as you can. It's the only real thing that speaks to the YouTube algorithm to help keep me here, except for my members are keeping me here. So thank you, members. If you'd like to join my channel, you'd be helping me immensely. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and don't forget the thumbs up. My paint pouring recipes below show more. Questions are always welcome and encouraged. I do sell my artwork, and I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida, one-on-one privately, and we have a ball every time. My 2 books are on the Amazon link on the Linktree, and they're Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities. They're the first and the second 100 videos I made for YouTube, and this was fun. Thank you for joining me. I will see you anon. This is, again, Priscilla Batzell at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery in Spring Hill, Florida. See you anon. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Priscilla out.